Welcome to another edition of The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie. It's everything about the outdoors. Take it away, guys.
Good morning. Welcome to the Thursday. Is it Thursday, Daryl?
It sure is Thursday.
Thursday morning edition, May 16th of the Good Outdoors radio show. How's everybody doing out there?
I'm doing good.
Well,
I was kind of empty here today.
Yeah. Oh, it's just me and Daryl right now. I think Steve might be on his way. Ronnie's going to be out today, tomorrow, and possibly Monday. They got a little things going on, a family thing they want to take care of, planned trip, planned adventure. And Steve's walking in the studio now, so he did make it this morning. And I'm about to sneeze.
Oh,
excuse me. So you had to wait around on it, didn't you?
Well, he told me it wouldn't take but just a second. It takes a little longer than a second. So screwed my schedule up this morning, but I apologize for freaking all my loyal lady listeners out there out thinking I wasn't going to be here. So
yeah, we had call after call wondering where Steve was at there in that 17 seconds we were on air. So.
I'm sure you did.
Oh, man. Great morning. I don't know what in the world just happened to me. I had to sneeze all of a sudden, got all stopped up. And
live radio, baby. Live radio. It don't cut you no slack when you got to sneeze or Mother Nature calls you sometime. So, as you can hear, my computer firing up.
Getting
there.
all fired up and ready. That's what we're doing. Looking through the news this morning, little NASCAR news that I kind of picked up on was Jennifer Jo Cobb. She's a racer in the truck series and a couple of lower series down there. She's accusing Mike Harmon, I think he's like an ex-crew chief of hers, of stealing her team transporter. I mean, she's done come out and said he stole a team transporter from her.
How about
It was stolen early Saturday from a racing shop, and he gets on there and just vehemently denies it. He says, I ain't done nothing, ain't no video of me, I ain't been nowhere around her shop and all this, that, and the other. Things valued at $279,000. So, she went out on a limb there and kind of stuck her nose out here. So
yeah, I saw, she probably, I don't know, that's weird. She probably thinks she's knows what she's talking about, or she wouldn't put herself out there like that. And for him to deny it that way, I don't know, it's a pretty interesting story there. I don't know what's going on.
They're involved with some sort of litigation, so they're kind of mad at each other, and that's what she's put out there. And she might, she may regret saying that. I don't know.
Yeah, may get her holler back.
She might. She might get her back.
There's two sides of the story there. I don't know which ones. I hope that we can keep up with it and find out what's going on.
Maybe so. We'll see how it's going. They in some sort of litigation, and he says, they're going to appear in federal court, and right now, she's the windshield and he's the bug. He said, but he warned that there's a boulder coming down the hill.
I'll smash the windshield every day. Yeah. Speaking of windshields, I haven't kept up with the paper, and I don't know if I told you this. I was riding Monday. Well, I think it was Monday when I was out and about, and I was cutting through the road that cuts through from St. Augustine over to Baytree. Between the mall and Home Depot there, the little cut through road, and I was driving along there. I was probably, I think there were two cars between me and the car that I'm talking about. But the car was driven by a young, looks like a young girl, probably a high school or college girl, and she had hit a bicyclist, and he flew up and hit her windshield. And I was coming around her when this happened, and he fell out into the lane there, and
wow.
And of course, we all stopped and got out. And he was the gentleman. Well, he was hurt very badly. He had a head injury there, and the ambulance and all got there within literally what seemed like literally 2 to 3 minutes. They were Johnny on the spot, and they were attending to him. And I have not found out or read in the paper, how he's doing. And I'm just it's just on my mind. If anybody knows or read in the paper or has any info on that, will let me know. I've been hoping and praying that the gentleman's okay and that the everything's going to turn out good there. It's just not a good scene there. So
yeah, that's kind of that'll get your attention there. Somebody hurt like that, you always wonder how they are. So
yeah,
maybe somebody out there knows, or it'll be in the paper today or something.
And what got me thinking about that is as I was cruising through the news feed here, the headline said, "Deer crashes through windshield of Pennsylvania bus and takes a ride."
Grief.
A deer is taking a ride on a western Pennsylvania bus. The Jonestown Tribune Democrat newspaper reports the white-tailed deer crashed through the windshield of a bus being driven Tuesday evening about 65 miles east of Pittsburgh. The deer hopped around frantically near the driver before jumping on seats and running in circles in the aisles. Authorities say the driver stopped the bus, opened the door, and the deer got off. Just walked off the bus.
God grief.
The bus was carrying one passenger who was seated in the back far from the deer. No injuries have been reported. The bus has been taken to maintenance facilities for repairs. There's no word on what happened to the deer. Can you imagine?
They couldn't reach the deer for comment, I guess.
Can you imagine being the driver or the passenger or the deer in that situation?
I wonder if the deer just stood at the door like, are you going to stop and let me out?
I don't know. He just said he was walking around in there. So evidently, just a walk in the park, flew in there and thought he fell in some sort of weird canyon, I guess.
What a story to tell when he gets back around.
That's
local non-campfire, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah, that don't happen every day. Usually when they get hit and fly through a windshield, it involves a little death.
Yeah, it does.
But that was a tough deer.
Mm-hmm. I was also cruising around this morning. I found the headline says Gators, Gila monster, snakes pulled from Wisconsin home. So of course I had to look at this, and authorities and zoologists in Wisconsin.
A Gila monster.
Yeah, Gila monster.
What the heck is that?
I don't know. Removed a throng of exotic reptiles being housed in urban residents this week, including a Gila monster. I don't really know what a Gila monster. Crocodiles and snakes. Shocked neighbors look on. They responding to a possible animal cruelty complaint, entered a home situated just a few blocks from the city's police station to find a 4-foot skeleton of an alligator in a large aquarium, the body of a large burned snake lying in some weeds, a dead 4 to 5 foot alligator, and carcass of a fawn. Yeah, in the basement of a residence, officers found a homemade indoor pool and several aquariums of various sizes throughout the residence with live animals. One contained a Gila monster, and another contained a 4 to 5 foot crocodile, and while one housed multiple snakes. The animals located in containers in the basement of the residence were 2 6 to 8 foot alligators were found in the homemade indoor pond, and a very large snapping turtle found in a tub. So I don't know who this cat is, but he had some animals stored up. But let's see, they're in the care of the Racine Zoo and they're in good condition. Goes on to say that I don't think they know yet who, or at the time the article was written, they didn't know whose it was. They hadn't checked their records to see who owned the property. A Gila monster is very venomous, they said, and the rattlesnakes are venomous. I got to find out what a Gila monster is. I
just did, and I think we owe it to ourselves to explore and learn what a Gila monster is. It's actually a venomous lizard native to the southwestern United States, believe it or not.
Okay, I've seen them.
And northwestern Mexican state of Sonora. A heavy, slow-moving lizard. Thank God he's slow-moving if he's venomous.
Well, he's stout, too. You said
he's a chunk, and sluggish in nature means that it represents little threat to humans, thank God. However, it has earned a fearsome reputation, and it is sometimes killed despite being protected by state law in Arizona. So there you go. There's your fast fact on Gila monsters. Ugly creatures. I think if you ever saw one,
you'd remember it, wouldn't you?
You'd remember it.
They go on to say there had been a small fire in the house, and he confirmed that a snake had been burned on the property. Where the animals came from and who owns the resident is still unknown. I don't know why that would be unknown. It's kind of public record, but they're the police. They probably couldn't figure it out. In Wisconsin, not here in Lowndes County. So in Lowndes County, they'd have figured it out in about 5 minutes.
They would have known right away. I'm serious about it. They would have, But you can point out any house, virtually any house in Lowndes County, and ask me who owns that house and give me a laptop, and I can tell you in just a matter of a few minutes. Well, all you got to do is go to the tax assessor's website and pull it up. It'll show you.
And we don't live in Wisconsin, so we don't know how theirs works. But it should be public record too. I'm sure. But they ain't no telling how soon this reporter jumped on that either. So we're gonna leave that alone. But so the city ordinance bans residents from owning wild animals or an animal that may endanger life or property. Violators are to be fined no more than $300 plus prosecution costs. Once we investigate what the animals were there and they're identified by the zoo, we'll determine what, if any, charges will be filed. It's a pretty interesting article. They're finding some stuff all over the place.
Yeah, it's I think there's probably laws like that here in Lowndes County. You can't own a dangerous animal without a permit or something like that. Sure. Wild Adventures is about the only place in Lowndes County I think is licensed to house dangerous or deadly animals.
There is actually a couple more. There's one of them's got one here in Lowndes County, I think, or right here close. It may not be Lowndes County. If anybody knows what I'm fixing to talk about, please call us and let us know. But I think it's a cat farm I think they actually have cats and different types of wild animals out there, and I'm not sure. I got to look that up.
I know in Moultrie there's one over there. It's kind of a pet store, zoo type thing. They have a few critters over there. I can't remember exactly what. I used to go over there. Oh, I remember. The name just popped to me. It's called Olin Beverly's Fish Camp is what it was called, and he had all kind of interesting things. I used to take the kids over there and we'd look at. I want to say he had a tiger at one time, but I may be imagining that in my feeble brain this morning. I don't know.
There wasn't there a place don't you remember? Wasn't there a place here in Lowndes County or somewhere close that had some cats or something, some panthers and things that people can go out and see? There's a wild animal park or something, not park. Just it's kind of like I don't know. I'll look it up and see. Did you see the alligator, the 800-pounder from Texas?
I saw the story you posted on there. I sure did.
Ooh. Young Texas hunter bags 800-pound alligator reptile measuring 14 feet 3 inches is a state record for a high school senior on his first gator hunt. It's a dream come true.
Yeah, that's what caught me was the length of it. That's amazing there. The weight of it. That's that's. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it should be impressive to me, but it's really not. But that 14 foot 4 inches. That's a horse. Every now and then you hear of a 13 something like Shane Smith's girlfriend that I posted on our site, the Charlene there. She killed a 13 foot 3 or 4 inch one, but that's probably one of the very, very rare times I've ever heard the word 14 come out of anybody's mouth describing an alligator. That's impressive.
We're going to go on through this article when we come back from a break and tell you just how lucky this cat was to get this alligator, man. Of course, of that big animal, he's lucky to get him anyway, but that's some other things going on. We'll be right back here on The Good Outdoors. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Here we go again. Every time there's a food plot to be planted, Daryl's nowhere to be found. You see him, Ronnie?
He's probably in the truck eating a dang sandwich.
I'm sitting right here by this tree and they don't even see me.
Man, that Realtree AP was designed to blend hunters with their surroundings, not hide them when it's time to work.
I'm so hidden the scooters can't even find me.
Okay, Daryl, come on. We got to get this stuff planted.
What's that? Hey, stop it.
Realtree. It's so real, a coyote might pee on it.
Serves you right, you slacker.
The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't, and when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
What in the world is that noise?
Sounds like the transmission's about to come out of my truck.
Transmission? Sounds like Alien versus Predator under there. Let's get it to Ronnie at Eagle Auto Repair.
Ronnie, I got a problem.
Problem? It sounded like Superman fighting the Incredible Hulk.
No, it was worse than that.
Come on, man. This is for real. I ain't got the money to be fixing no big problem.
Chill out, dude. You're at Eagle Auto Repair. You know we'll fix it right and as inexpensive as we can. We only use quality parts, and my guys are some of the best trained technicians in town.
Yeah, but can they stop a fight between Godzilla and King Kong? Because I'm betting that's what they're going to find under there.
Eagle Auto Repair.
321 Lakes Boulevard, Lake Park, Georgia.
Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has been serving South Georgia and North Florida for over 3 decades. With 9 locations in the South, Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a full-line distributor for all welding and industrial supplies. The Jones mission is to provide quality products at a competitive price in order to supply the best service available. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has built a reputation for good, honest, old-fashioned service. For a location near you, visit www.joneswelding.com. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a proud supporter of the good outdoors. It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road, or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back this morning to The Good Outdoors. We've been covering a few topics that's roaming the internet this morning. I've got the one about an 18-year-old high schooler that killed a 14 feet, 3-inch, 800-pound alligator in the state of Texas. New state record.
A keeper.
Yeah, definitely a keeper. Said the hunt occurred on Choke Canyon Reservoir as a means of keeping gator numbers in check. This season, Texas offered 165 permits statewide to hunt alligators on 5 wildlife management areas. And this kid says his dad did a lot of research online about gator hunting. This kid always wanted to hunt. He has a fascination with reptiles. And he's grown up with a fascination of dinosaurs and always wanted to hunt prehistoric-looking alligators. And he was one of the lucky ones to get drawn. And he said, although Choke Canyon is known for its big gators, 2 were harvested in 2011 at measured 13-plus feet. Nobody expected a first-timer to bag a state record. And, boy, did he in a big way.
You ain't kidding, man. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, he said it required a lot of effort, but both specimens were hauled. Hang on a minute. Set lines along the shore where they thought they had the best chance for success. When they arrived the next morning, both lines were submerged, meaning there were gators on each of them. It required lots of effort, but both specimens were hauled close enough to be dispatched with firearms. Troy's gator was a female, the dad, there at 10.5 feet. And it's considered a large alligator that looks small next to the other one. That's a big old, that's huge.
Yeah, when you get a 10.5 footer next to something 14 feet, that's 4 more feet. That's a length equal to the length of a good sized child.
Yeah.
I wonder what they baited the line with. I don't guess it's probably dead chicken, I guess.
They actually did say it was dead chicken that they gated the line with.
Rancid, nasty, ugly, yucky chicken.
Yeah.
Soaked in slop of some sort like they do on swamp people.
And, it's kind of amazing here. His dad scouted the reservoir and sat through a 2-hour orientation process before setting out with their bait, lines, and hooks. He said, they'd asked a lot of questions about it, and then they just got lucky. It's all you can really say.
There's several.
Got lucky.
That's like fishing. I mean, you do your homework and try to get yourself in the right position. And we got a call coming in here. We'll take it in a second here. Good morning, caller. You are on the air on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Good morning, you alligator chief.
What's up?
Let me tell you something. I'm down here in Lake City, Florida. Y'all stepping on some gators down here, buddy.
I hear you.
There's some
Y'all doing a good job down there.
Yeah,
that's those donkeys coming out of Jacksonville there. Been listening to y'all both all the way back. You're real strong tonight.
Good deal.
Yeah,
Good deal.
awesome.
Y'all walking all over that 99.5 station down in Lake
100,000 watts, baby.
Wonderful job down there, Florida. Keep it up. Don't get need a bit.
Okay, man. Appreciate you calling.
I'm down here monkey gators to be there. Bubblegum machine, I had to watch them gators.
Yeah, well, I hope we hear you call in again and you hadn't gotten submerged by a gator.
I hear you, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you now.
It.
All right, bye.
Always good to hear from people. That 99.5 Kicks Country signal,
100,000 watts.
Others can talk about it, but they dang sure can't duplicate it. And the fact is the proof is in the pudding. I have been out in all these markets, traveling to Waycross, Brunswick, over to Thomasville, and hey, I do my homework. I flip over to the other station there, and I listen and I compare, and I don't care. The proof is there. I can hear 99.5 when I can't hear the others. So if I'm stepping on any toes, hey, pull your feet back.
That's right.
Because the facts are the facts. 99.5 Kicks Country rules. But we were talking a little bit about the gator thing, and you said it was a lot of luck, and it is. But you still do your homework. They had to know there were large gators in the area.
Oh yeah.
It's just like bass fishing. You got to go to a pond. There's large bass in there. Then you present your bait. But you still got to hope you put that bait in the right spot. So, hey, fortunately for that young man, he did, and he was rewarded with it. Gator hunting is a fascinating thing to me. I went on my first gator hunt 2 years ago, and I quickly learned that I don't know how I can say this. There's a broad spectrum of methods to harvest a gator, and to me, there's a big difference between gator hunting and gator catching. That guy right there, hey, I'm celebrating it, and I'm all with it and all, but that wasn't hunting in my opinion. Now, because this is my opinion, I'm not trying to sway anybody's opinion, but I've been on a couple of different ways that you do it. One of the ways that we did it was to put out a bait, a piece of chicken, hope that the old gator swallows the hook, and then you go up there and you take the line and you pull them up like swamp people do, and then you dispatch them with a firearm or whatever. That's not gator hunting to me. That's gator catching, and it's perfectly fine. I've done it, and I will do it again. But now my most exhilarating, rewarding, fun gator excursion is a true hunt where we take our bow, okay, and we're on an airboat, and you're cruising at night with a spotlight. You see the eyes shining, and you take that airboat captain. He runs that boat in there, up on that gator. While you're moving, you draw your bow back and you try to get that arrow in him, okay? And once you get the arrow in him, then you grab the line and you wrestle him to the boat. You knock him out with a bang stick and load him up. That's a gator hunt. To me, it's something almost. It's a little bit like it'd be like setting a treble hook out with a shiner on it for a largemouth bass and catching him like that and getting him in the boat and then going around telling him, hey, I caught this 12-pound bass. Yeah, you did. You did catch him, but did you catch him? You know what I'm saying? So there's a big difference. And like I say, I'm not. I've done both and will do. But when someone says, I went gator hunting and I killed this gator, the first thing I always ask them, well, how'd you do it? Because it's just, and not that I'm detracting from the method that they use. I just want to know. Because if they tell me, having done it like this, having watched a 16-year-old girl shoot 22 times in one night trying to hit a gator and never doing it, that's hunting right there, buddy.
That's right.
But now sitting out on a bait, then I've done this too. We put out a big old stinky piece of chicken there under a jug, and we sat there at night and we watched and waited until the gator got on it. Then when he got on it, we chased the jug down, pulled the thing in, and they shot it with a gun or hit it with a bang stick or whatever. That's a little different than cruising up on one at a pretty good rate of speed, trying to get up on him and shoot him before he's going down or as he's going down. That's a little different there, and it's a lot more exciting because I've seen people that were real good at it shoot 5 or 6 times before they ever connected. There's a lot of.
Well, there's such a small kill spot on that alligator too, the size of a quarter right there on top of it.
Well, when you bow hunt, your goal is just to get the arrow in him, and then. But it sounds like it'd be easy, but it ain't. You got a moving boat you're shooting out of. You're trying to hustle before, and there is an optimum spot that you are trying to hit him in. But if you get it in him, most of the time, if you get it in him, the way that hook is designed with that barb on it, it won't pull out. That gator's hide is pretty tough, and it won't pull out of there. So. And then you're dealing with a bunch of grass and lily pads, and he gets submerged under there, and he won't come up. Nighttime. Your adrenaline's pumping. You don't know if he's 5 feet or 10 feet. That's another thing you got to do when you're hauling up on him. You got one gator tag, so if you want to shoot a 3-footer, that's your business. But if you want to shoot a 10, or a 7 or 8 or whatever, once they're in there in the water and they're 7 or 8 feet compared to 10 feet, you can't really tell. It's a split-second decision, and once you let that air fly. If it hits it, it's yours. That's it. That's your $140 gator tag right there.
And then you just hope there's no other ones around.
Yeah, and there are. I mean, we saw. This is what people don't understand. So you brought up a good point. Let me tell you this story. We went down there scouting. I guess they just don't hunt them much during the day. I really don't know. They do with guns in Louisiana. They ride and shoot them. But we were in the St. John's Wildlife Refuge in Florida down there, and we rode down these canals. and I'm trying not to exaggerate, but I also I don't want to shortchange it. But as we were going through there, there'd been a drought, so there was a lot of bank, a lot of places for them to lay in sun up on the bars and stuff. We probably rode for a couple of hours through there, and I bet you we saw well over 1,000 alligators.
I don't doubt it.
I mean, they were everywhere. You couldn't go nowhere without them laying up on the bank.
That's too much for me.
Yeah. Now, when I went back down there to hunt during the season, that was when this big hurricane had come through Florida or tropical storm or whatever, but it was the polar opposite of when I was down there the first time. There was water everywhere to the point that hogs were literally drowning out there. They were swimming, trying to climb it. It was nothing to go through there at night, shine up in a big bush, and there'd be hogs in the bushes, in the trees. No joke. Gators just wearing them out for food, you know. But you would throw that light across a little flat area out there, and there'd be red eyes everywhere. If you fell out of that boat,
you'd be
you're done.
there's no way. I mean, now, if you fell out, you could get back in the boat. But my point is, if you wrecked the boat, you know, and had an accident out there, and you were in the water,
if they were hungry, they'd come.
You were going to get
see, that's where the first time I hit the lights and I saw that many lights. I'm heading. I'm getting out of there.
Well, it made you hold on to the boat, and man, that was an intense trip. That airboat guy, if y'all have ever been on an airboat, audience, there ain't nowhere it won't go. It won't run over trees, of course, but I mean, it's hard to explain. But if you see a big bushy area out there in the swamp,
it'll go.
Man, he don't slow down. Well, we went through this one area where the bushes were not real. The limbs weren't thick. They were bushy, but the bushes were probably good 6 or 8 feet above the boat. So when we were going through it, he was having to power it up. We couldn't just run through there real fast, but he was trying to take a shortcut. That's the word shortcut's always fraught with peril. But as we were going through there, about 4 different snakes fell in the boat. And that was pretty exciting.
Yeah. That ain't exciting at all.
Oh, yeah, it was scary. No poisonous ones, thank God. But they'd fall in the boat, and he just reached in and grab them and flip them back out.
But when a snake lands in your lap, do you really have the time, that extra second, to think if it's poisonous or not?
Oh,
you
no,
just
no,
know
no,
it's a
no.
snake.
If a snake lands in your lap, they all poisonous. You know what I mean? You're going to get rid of them really quick.
Snake lands in my lap, he's going to die anyway.
Or I'm going to die.
He will suffocate because I can tell you what's going to happen to me.
Yeah.
Ain't no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, people don't realize alligators, how many they are. And I got a story on the St. Johns River, too, when we come back. And we're going to take a break. Be right in about 3 minutes here on The Good Outdoors.
There's only one place in Valdosta if you want the freshest seafood in town. It's Bubba Jack's Crab Shack at 1700 West Hill Avenue. They got wild Georgia shrimp cooked about any way you could want it. Fried, peel and eat, grilled, or buffalo style. They got a Wednesday night oyster special at $7.99 a dozen, and that ain't no mistake. $7.99 a dozen, Wednesday night only. Bring the kids with you, and if they don't eat seafood, get them some chicken tender baskets or hamburger hot dog. And do not forget to try the fresh cut, hand-dipped onion rings at Bubba Jack's Crab Shack, 1700 West Hill Avenue, Valdosta. Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment, and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all. Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200.
Hey, this is Judd with T3 Outdoors. Did you know that T3 Outdoors buys, sells, trades, and consigns used guns? We need your used guns. T3 Outdoors has a huge selection of turkey gear, from mouth calls, box calls, decoys, and ammo. T3 also has $8.99 sweet fee. We also have new spring Under Armour, Guy Harvey, and AFCO shorts. T3 also carries knives, Yeti coolers, boots, Costa sunglasses, and more. T3 Outdoors is locally owned and operated on Perimeter Road next to Zacadoo's.
It's your chance to win a $1,000 gift card to Austin's Cattle Company. Make up your own jingle, rhyme, or song because it's Austin's Idol.
Okay, off you go.
Pluck a duck or a slew of guineas. Austin's Cattle Company is better than any. Steaks, baked potato, seafood. Let's run down to Austin's Cattle Company. We'll have a juicy steak, one for you and me. Down at Austin's Cattle Company, we'll have a juicy steak, one for you and me.
Think you can do better? Send in your CDs, MP3s, or video files to sales@austonscattlecompany.com or drop them off at Ed 616 off I-75. Because it's an addiction you never have to quit.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors. We've been talking a little bit about gator hunting, talked about the new state record in Texas that an 18-year-old boy caught over 14 feet long. Huge alligator, 800 pounds. You know, people don't realize how many alligators are in the St. Johns River down there. You know, I've been down to Palatka a couple of times with some friends from work fishing, and there's people riding inner tubes up and down that river, you know, all the time, you know, swimming up, you know, all in the river. Those people, I don't think, understand what they're swimming around because, you know, as we're fishing down there, we go up in some of these canals and, you know, creeks and stuff that in the main part of the river also. And let me tell you, there are some absolutely huge gators in that river around Palatka.
Sir. Yes, sir. Big ones. And
we're sitting there looking at an alligator that's 10+ foot long while we're fishing, and somebody comes by riding an inner tube. You know, it's a big river, but riding an inner tube right down the middle of the river. Like, really? You look right over here? But we got some friends actually from work that's going down this weekend to Palatka. There's a big bass fishing tournament down there. I think it's a part of to do with St. Jude's. It's just a big one that goes on every year. They're going to fish it again this year. I think Jason's going to call in about it and give me more information, and then he'll call back Monday and tell us how they did. But they've had several run-ins with big gators. They go down there quite often. There's several run-ins with big gators. And if you go out there at night and just turn your light on and shine a little spotlight around, you'd be surprised at how many eyes you'll see an alligator. There's a pond right over there in Berrien County we pulled up to one night. It used to be a pay fish pond. We pulled up there one night and took a spotlight out and shined it, and I'm telling you, it looked like a Christmas tree. The most gators I've ever seen in one little 10-acre pond in my life. They were all over the place. It was just infested.
Must have been some sort of food source, you know, that was really appealing to them. But, you know, Reed Bingham right up here in Adel.
Yes, sir.
You wouldn't believe the alligators isn't it. Donnie Bartow, Gator Man, nuisance trapper or nuisance removal guy here in Lowndes County and Brooks, Colquitt, the surrounding area near. He was caught up there. There was I think that thing was 12 feet 2 inches.
Good.
He bit a hole in the side of the aluminum boat. I can tell you that much. I saw that with my own eyes, or not. I didn't see him bite it, but I saw the aftermath of it. But I saw the gator. He had to go up there because that gator had gotten to where it was starting to, you know, up in the river there with people canoeing and kayaking. It had gotten brave and started kind of coming over and messing with them. So the guy up there called him and said, "Hey, we need you to come get him." And he got him out there. But Donnie told me the same thing. He said, "You go out there at night and flash the light and Reed Bingham, you'd be amazed at how many's out there." And of course, they ski and ride inner tubes out there. And
I've done it. I've done it several times up there. You know,
you
just don't think about it. I guess.
I wonder if there's any in Twin Lakes and all that.
I know not in Long Pond, as far as the big one down there. There's probably not because, well, not in this time of year. They may be in a different time of year. This time of year, they can't stay in the water. That's just like when all the boats get to going around.
Just too much human activity out there.
The fish go to the middle and just sit there and shiver and look up like, please go away.
Yeah, I bet
can't stand it, son. You can't fish down there this time of year unless you do it early in the morning or at night.
I bet the night fishing's pretty doggone good.
It is
there.
pretty good. We've baited them up on the docks and all down there before and caught good brim and have caught bass, you know. But there's good fishing down there. It's just hard this time of year. I wouldn't want to even try to fish on a Saturday in June down there on that lake. I don't think you could stay in the water.
No, sir. A lot of activity.
Let's take this call right quick. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors.
Morning, fellas. How y'all doing today?
We doing good. How are you?
So far so good, man. I'm listening to y'all talk. Y'all ever been towards Warwick, Georgia, the power dam down there and fished?
I hadn't
fished, but I know right where you're talking about.
All right. It's getting about that time for the gators to come up on the bank right there and lay their eggs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They come right up there on the bank and lay their eggs there, huh?
Yeah, right there by the rocks. I say every year probably about 300, maybe 400 eggs.
Good.
They don't all stay there. Like I said, I had called y'all once before and told you that's how they get into Lake Blackster.
Yeah, right.
You know, they kind of get relocated.
We speaking of gators, there we had a down there at Crystal River. We went to play golf one day when we were down there this past weekend, and they had a little lake out there by the clubhouse. That had a small little green thing, and it was a challenge where you could chip your ball out over the water, and if you could land it on that floating island, it was a I don't know if you won a prize or whatever, but there was a little gator about a foot long, little baby one, laying out there, and people were trying to hit the ball out there and hit him and knock him in the water. I couldn't, of course. I couldn't come nowhere near it because I stink. But it was pretty interesting there. That reminded me of that somehow. But when y'all were down there fishing, those gators were coming up laying eggs. Do you ever have any close encounters or anything like that with them?
Well, my grandfather, he used to take and go down there and gather the eggs. And you know where Campers Haven is?
Don't believe I do.
It's actually in between Dooley County and Cordy Hill.
Okay.
But it's actually loaded with gators out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got one little small bait shack up front, and you can rent boats to load your own boat there. About the only close encounters I've had, I was fishing off a dirt road. I hooked about a 4-foot gator, and couldn't get him off the line. He just wouldn't pop it. So we had to take him, pull him in. My dad actually had to get into the water and pull him out by the tail. And he got snipped once on the lower leg. But
ooh.
Yeah, that's about the only thing. I mean, he was, like I said, he was about 4 foot. He wasn't real big.
I don't care how big they are. If it's a gator and you get bit, that ain't good. That ain't a close encounter. That's an up close encounter.
Actually, I know some Florida boys that like wrestling gators.
Oh yeah, there's some idiots out there, no doubt. I ain't wrestling. You got a screw loose if you wrestling an alligator.
Well, my dad must have a couple of them.
He does. Your dad has got some loose screws if he's wrestling alligators. Ain't no doubt.
I've seen them do it down there. What is it? It's in the Chattahoochee and Tallahassee area.
Yeah, there's. I know what you're talking about. There's a place out there they do that at. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a little pond, a river they go through down there. It's been years since I've been down there, but my family owns a little farm down there in Tallahassee in Gretna County.
Yeah.
They got some pretty good size ones out there, and some of them boys just little off their rock.
Yeah, they a brick shy of a load. If you're out there messing with a gator, you're just asking for it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, we appreciate you calling in this morning, man. Be careful out there.
All right, man. Y'all have a good day.
See you, brother.
Oh, hey, by the way, hello?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Hey, by the way, the fox, it was legal to take them and get mounted since I hit it with the car.
Oh, good deal. That'd be a pretty mount.
It was about a 4-month-old fox, and he's getting mounted as we speak.
Good deal. So, if you can, take a picture and post it on our Facebook page when you get it back.
All right, sure will, man.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right, bye.
Yeah, for you guys that may not have been listening in the morning, the caller, he called in one morning and he had ran over a fox and was asking, is it legal to go get it mounted and all that? And we gave him our opinion on there to just ask. I mean, you can't help that you run over the fox. So, but you got to make sure when you're dealing with things like that, you follow the proper law. So, I'm glad he's got to do it. That would make a beautiful mount.
That's why we advised him to make sure that he followed all rules and all laws and tell him what happens. So.
Yeah, I ran over a small bobcat one time and was going to get it mounted, and I never did. I ended up not being able to afford it at the time. This was years and years ago, and I always wanted to get it mounted, and you see fawn deer mounted and all. That's just just makes for a beautiful display in your home to me.
It sure does.
If you're into that kind of thing. Now my wife, I don't know if she appreciates it like I do.
No, Michelle's the same way. She doesn't like them, and anytime I get a different mount or a new mount, or tell her I'm going to get it mounted, where are you going to put that? Well, I'm going to put it right there with the rest of them, right in our living room or family room, as you call it. Why? Well, we need to make you another room.
I heard. Well, I'm all for that.
Let's take this call right quick. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors.
What question y'all got for me?
Hey, Wanda, this is Daryl. I got a question, and I think, are you mad at me or something?
I feel the same way about spiders that you do.
Then why in the world would you send a picture to us of a spider?
That don't make sense, Wanda.
My nephew sent it to me trying to be funny because I feel the same way you do.
There ain't nothing funny about that, was there?
I said, watch, let me get Daryl.
Oh, man. Hey, did you get in touch with Ricky yesterday morning?
Yeah, he called me, but not till later.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he called me.
Yeah, I saw that picture last night, and I said, you know what, that just ain't right. But I fully agree with what the picture on Facebook, guys, with what we're talking about. It has an emergency button, and it's like at a gas station. And you see these emergency buttons. If something happens, you can press this button, and all the gas flow just stops. Well,
and
there's
we would all die.
big, ugly black spider up there by this big old push button that says any emergency press button. It says, I'm sorry, but in an emergency, we're just all going to have to die.
Yeah.
And I agree, Wanda.
Yeah.
And I agree with what y'all was saying, too, about it's a difference between hunting and catching.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, you know, remember back when you were young and you took your sweetheart to the pond and you threw the line in, and then y'all spent some time together hoping to catch
baby.
Okay.
The heck with the fishing.
That seems like that's what they did to catch that gator.
Yeah,
that's right.
But I'm not going to lie, that gator was pretty. I wouldn't mind having a handbag made out of that.
You can make several handbags out of that, baby.
Yeah.
No
All
doubt.
right, well, I got to go to work. Y'all have a good day.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah, you can a gator that's 13, 14 feet, you can make you some boots, a handbag, a belt, whatever you need.
You can make you an entire outfit out of that one.
Yes,
Jeez.
sir. A gator skin tuxedo.
You can make 4 giant back scratchers out of it.
Oh yeah, whatever it takes. But anyway, it's I don't know. We were talking about mountain animals and the gentleman running over the fox and right now is the spring. Is a time of year when those critters are going to be moving. I've seen a couple of dead small foxes on the road. Unfortunately, got there a little too late and they were a little bit in too rough condition to think about picking up and mounting.
I've had a few of them run across me in the morning.
Yeah, it's happening. But take a break here on the Good Outdoors. You're listening to 99.5 Kicks Country. We'll be right back.
With over 40,000 machines in the field, the pro's choice is Dixie Chopper. Be a pro. Buy a chopper. Built right here in America with one simple goal. Build a mower that cuts more grass and doesn't break when you use it. Be a pro. Buy a chopper. With Chopper's price, performance, and reliability guarantee, make the smart choice. Be a pro. Buy a chopper.
We're running out of time. We're drawing the line. This is our battle cry.
Huntin' is Good TV is an action-packed hunting show with a mission to secure our hunting heritage. Join Steve Nichols, Trey Weatherington, and Neil Armati each week as they hunt across the U.S. and Canada with pro athletes, actors, wounded warriors, kids, and regular old Joes who know hunting is good. Huntin' is Good TV airs on Pursuit Channel and is available on Dish Network Channel 240 and DirecTV Channel 604. For more info, visit huntingisgoodtv.com and follow on Facebook at facebook.com/HIG TV show. You can also use your high-speed internet connection to watch online by logging on to filmon.com at the airtimes posted on our website. And remember, hunting is good.
This is our battle cry.
Justamere Farm is a full boarding, training, and lesson facility conveniently located on Valdale Road in Hayhire. Justamere Farm offers a facility like no other in the area with many amenities to meet all your equine needs, whether it's riding, training, or boarding. If riding is your passion, Justamere has you covered with an indoor arena, a large lighted outdoor arena with an alleyway, a large jump course arena, a round pen for training, trails, and access to dirt roads. Private and shared lessons are available, so give Justamere Farms a call today at 229-460-2331.
So Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of the scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's going to be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Welcome back this morning. What is this, Thursday morning? Oh, man.
It's Thursday morning. Thursday morning. I'll tell you, Georgia, you don't want to mess with Georgia school students when it comes to shooting and archery. They have won their second national title at the archery tournament here.
Nice.
That was held here actually just a little bit ago in Louisville, Kentucky. 2 Georgia archery school teams were on the winner's podium at the 2013 National Archery and the school's program national tournament over Mother's Day weekend. So just this past weekend, with one school bringing home its second national championship.
Mm-hmm.
Woodlawn Elementary in Chatsworth captured the elementary division national title for the second time in 3 years with a score of 3,300, the highest elementary division score ever posted at the national tournament. Bay Creek Elementary of Loganville took third place in the nation with a score of 32-43, making Georgia home to 2 of the top 3 elementary school archery squads in the entire country. More than 100 top qualifying elementary schools in the nation competed. So 38 states were represented, and out of all 38 states, Georgia is number 1, baby, as it should be. So
you know what?
Congratulations.
I've got a chance that I can talk to the people, the elementary school teacher from Chatsworth. I've actually been in contact with her earlier this year, and going to get back in contact with her because she was telling me all about them going up to do this and her students doing it. So I'm going to get back in touch with her and get her to call in one day pretty soon and tell us about this, because it was a great ordeal. They had to do fundraisers and things like that for the kids to get them, to be able to stay and all, and they were struggling with it. And I did some things up there with a friend of mine from Dalton, Georgia, and gave him some guidance on where to go and how to get some help with it, and work with him a little bit. So we done some work to get these kids there. That's pretty good. We're going to get them on the air and let them talk about it. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Did you see the article on the tap is running dry on the Colorado River? This is actually, this is actually bad. This is happening all over, but the Colorado River is just one of the most endangered out there as of right now. But a lot of our rivers, a lot of our streams, creeks, everything is running dry. The reason it is because of population. As we encroach more and more on these rivers, it changes the ecosystem. And these rivers, they change over time.
Yep.
The Colorado River originates in the Rocky Mountains, winds 1,450 miles through 7 states, and supports 36 million people. And it's a vital water source, filling drinking and agricultural needs, and providing an exceptional menu of outdoor activities. But now, millions of people that enjoy the fishing, kayaking, and rafting, canoeing, all that stuff on the river, it's in danger because it's tapped out. By the time it reaches, its destination, the Sea of Cortez, it's running dry. And it's changing everything down there. It's a very endangered river. And for these reasons, American Rivers, a conservation organization that works to protect and restore our nation's rivers and streams, named it as the 2013 most endangered river in America.
Man, that's people. I think some things in life is kind of out of sight, out of mind. Because we live down here in Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, we don't think about what's going on out there in Colorado. But if you do stop and take a minute and think about what you're saying, it's alarming.
Yes, it is.
And the first thing as you were saying that, the first thing I was thinking about, I was picturing in my mind, the headwaters up there are probably pristine, beautiful, full of trout. And, as it trickles down and empties into the Sea of Cortez there, what you're basically saying is it starts out as this huge, nice, beautiful resource. And by the time it gets down there, it's just a little trickle because of we're killing it. We're tapping it. And now the question is, this American River Association or whatever you call it, they're tasked with trying to find solutions to the problem. And my question immediately is, what is the solution?
I don't know.
you got to have water to water the crops. If you don't have crops, people don't eat. Farmers don't have a job, or an income. If we're drinking the water, obviously you got to drink the water. You got to have water to live. We had the crazy argument yesterday, water over fire. But you got to have water to sustain. Mm-hmm. So you got to look to alternative sources of water, and to me, that poses a huge problem. It seems to me like you're severely limited in what you can do in Colorado.
Yeah.
My next door neighbor just got back from Aruba. He's some friends invited him and his wife down there. They're retired. They went down there, and it was interesting. He told me that Aruba for years has taken seawater and turned it into drinking water. So the process of doing that has been around for a long time and in Aruba. But guess what, people? Last I checked out in Colorado, ain't no ocean.
No, there's not.
I'm just wondering if the ultimate solution to the problem is going to be like piping it in, kind of like a oil pipeline or something. It's
that's
a very
actually
interesting thing
being discussed in like the blog afterward. That's actually being discussed. And if you can go to the areas like of the Mississippi River that flood generally every year, there's in some part of, or that area of the nation, as I can say that one particular river, but it's prone to flooding every single year. Is there a way you can pipe that water to a huge reservoir? It's being done overseas already in places. I think China's doing that, and maybe another country, but it's being done. Is there a way to do it? I mean, you can pipe oil everywhere you want to. Oil pipelines. So why can't you take excess? You won't stop the flooding. You'll never pump enough for that. But is there a way to build a reservoir and pipe this excess water to it?
I'm sure there's got to be. I mean, if you can run a pipe and get water from the ground into your house.
But the infrastructure used to, the money.
Well, the money, that's right. But I mean, we don't want to get on a rant about waste, but we tinker away more money than it would cost to build a pipeline like that, I'm sure, in the U.S. government. But, something's got to be done. I mean, and I guarantee there's minds thinking about it that's looking years and years in advance, because you got to see this stuff coming. I mean, we're pretty top notch as a society, and these things are, I say that, but then you think about this. This is what worries me about water. You look at other countries, third world countries, that don't have any water. Why do they don't have the water? Mm-hmm. Well, it's not there in the ground. They can't dig a well, but you think, well, hell, let's pop them some water in. But then you start getting into, like you said, the enormous cost, and that country can't do it.
Well, and not just the enormous cost of building the pipeline, but then somebody's going to say, and it's going to be the government, say, wait, we need to start charging the people back for this. Where you pay $100 a barrel for oil now, are you going to pay $100 a barrel for water then?
We're paying way more than $100 a barrel for water. Every time you go and buy you a 16-ounce bottle of Aquafina, convert that into what you
look at it that way. Right.
You paid about probably $1,000 a barrel for water. That you get the comedians ranting about that. Sometimes water costs more than milk.
Yeah.
And then I can't stand. I actually can't stand to see someone buy a bottle of water. I think that is I get on that rant about like I do salad, but far worse. I think if you buy a bottle of water, you about the craziest human being walking the face of this planet, because you can get you a bottle. Okay, do this. Go buy you one bottle of water. When you drink it, keep the bottle, and from then on, you should never buy another bottle, because you just fill it up in the sink at the house. Come on. It's almost laziness. I don't know if it's craziness, laziness. I understand it's convenience, but, man, if you drink water all the time, start thinking about, it's like cigarettes or Skoal or beer. You start looking at the money you spending on those things. Well, you can't make your own cigarettes. You can't make your own Copenhagen. You can't make your own. Well, I guess you can make your own beer, but that's a little bit different. But I think you see my point.
Yeah.
You don't have to make water. All you got to do is turn the sink on, And if you're going to give me the purification deal, you can buy them little things that purify the water coming out of your sink. So I don't buy that. But I mean, I ain't buying no water. I'm not going to pay for water. I just ain't doing it. And I think anybody that does is slap crazy.
You're paying for it.
You pay a water bill, maybe.
so you're paying
whatever.
for that water. You're paying to use that water.
Okay, I'll play. I see you playing devil's advocate. Do I want to spend $1.99 for a bottle of Aquafina, or do I want to spend about 3 cents for my water out of the tap? Because that's what it equates to.
Oh no, I'm with you on the tap. It's like I got a wealth house, but I still got to pay that electricity to get that water.
Let me tell you.
So I'm paying for a little bit, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not going to buy a gallon.
You paying 3 cents a gallon as opposed to $25 a gallon. Is my point. It's a total waste. It's crazy.
You're right, but the people, what they've been sold on is the purification of this water. That's exactly what people has been sold on, and they bought it hook, line, and sinker. But I can also tell you this: I am guilty of buying bottled water. Mm-hmm. When we go somewhere on a trip or anything like that, or if you're going out on a boat for a day, going hunting or going fishing, I guarantee you I got water in the cooler.
Okay, I don't got a problem with that. Buy you a queso Aquafina, but my point is save the bottle and take it back home with it on your next trip. Fill it up and carry it.
You're exactly right, and you're on another point that it's been trying to get drove home for the last several years about plastic bottles. How many we could save a year by doing exactly what you say. Look at what we do out at the hunting club. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've ever noticed it or not, but when you go up under the shelter out there, since you didn't wasn't out there get out there a whole lot last year, they have milk jugs, all kind of plastic bottles, slapped full of water.
Yep.
A lot of them get frozen, used for ice, so you don't have to buy ice. A lot of them are used for cooking or cleaning.
Yep.
And we use that water.
How many times do you think our dad, in our lifetimes, when we went fishing and we caught fish and got them home and wanted to ice them down, what did we do? We went to the freezer and pulled out a gallon milk jug that he froze with water.
Yep.
And it was aggravating to cut that thing open and chip it up. Sometimes we just put the whole jug in there, but we didn't buy ice.
I know that. Do you remember how we used to freeze fish in a milk jug, cut the top of it off to where it's right down below the neck.
Yep.
Put the fish in there, fill it with water, and freeze them in that. Just like that right there.
That's exactly right. Yep.
And still to this day, I know a lot of people. And I need a deep freezer, by the way. I don't know. I don't have one. If anybody's got one real cheap out there on sale, let me know. But how many people out there still use ice in that way? Freeze milk jugs, old liquor bottles. I mean, that's a big thing. I mean, anything that you can freeze water in, people still do it, and it's a heck of a way to keep ice.
Now, since we said that you got to do that when we come off the break, I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't. You listen to 99.5 Kicks Country, The Good Outdoors. We'll be right back.
Attention Outdoor Nation. Adel Outfitters, located at exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes, and Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, exit 39, Adel, Georgia. Woo-wee! Sweet Tea Smokehouse on South Hutchinson Avenue, Adel is the bomb. You ain't had good old South Georgia barbecue if you ain't been to Sweet Tea Smokehouse. Ribs, chicken, pork, beef, good grief, this is some fine eating. And it ain't called Sweet Teas for nothing. Ice cold sweet tea and good old barbecue plate with all the trimmings is what living in the South is all about. Head up Highway 41 north towards Adel. Swing into Sweet Tea Smokehouse for lunch or dinner. Great southern barbecue like it's supposed to be. And don't forget some of that fine Brunswick stew. Woo-wee! Hi, I'm Barry Broom with Allstate Insurance Company. I'm a big fan of the great outdoors. There are many recreational activities that allow us to enjoy God's creation. There's boating, camping, hunting, hiking, fishing. Think about all the gear, equipment, and vehicles that we have that make those times outdoors so memorable. When it comes to protecting and insuring your firearm, your boat, RV, camper, four-wheeler, even your golf cart, think of me, Barry Broom, your Allstate agent. Call me at 229-244-9856 or visit me online at barrybroom.com. Go make a memory. Enjoy your great outdoors.
The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't. And when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Brigman & Brigman Cabinets in Hayhira, Georgia specializes in custom-built cabinets. You can come in and sit down with our staff and start from scratch to develop the perfect cabinet layout. Or bring in your plans and start there. From design to installation, Brigman & Brigman can help you every step of the way. Estimates are always free, and your satisfaction is our goal. Whether it's a remodel, a spec house, or your custom-built dream home. Give Brigman & Brigman Cabinets in Hayhira a call at 229-794-2108 to set up an appointment. Crystal River Seafood on St. Augustine Road in Valdosta is a fine seafood dining experience. Folks from miles around come in to enjoy the fine seafood and friendly atmosphere Crystal River has to offer. Their friendly staff makes your dining experience one to remember, as well as one to repeat. Fish like grouper, salmon, mahi, catfish are always great choices, along with shrimp, oysters, crab cakes, and crab legs. Hey, you not in the mood for seafood? Order a juicy ribeye steak. Crystal River Seafood is open for lunch and dinner. Crystal River Seafood, 958 St. Augustine Road, Valdosta, Georgia.
WKAA Willacoochee, Valdosta. Thanks for making us number one.
99.5
Kicks Country. It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Welcome back this morning to the Good Outdoors, man. We're having a fun time. I'm kind of interested in what Steve's going to talk about here. Why we should not freeze water like that?
Well, it's not just the freezing the water. We were talking about basically cutting back and cutting, using your resources that's in your tap. You cut out buying the bottle and all that, and saving the money, freezing your ice and this, that, and the other. Well, bottom line is, I'm going to say that's what you should do. That's one way of looking at it. But here's the reason you shouldn't do it. I've been working on a book, and I think I told you and Ronnie about this. I've been working on it literally for 7 years now, and I need to go on with it, but I'm kind of stuck. But anyway, it's called Don't Do It Yourself. That's the name of the book, and it's called A Guide to a Stronger Economy. When you do something yourself, you're killing the economy. And when you take that bottle of Aquafina that you buy at the store, you dump it out, and then from then on you filling it, you're killing jobs. Yeah, people at the factory that are making the bottles that are killing the environment, they need a job. So when I recycle or retread or rerun or whatever I do there, that bottle of water, I'm killing the economy. When I freeze that jug of water for ice, then I'm not going to the ice box at the local convenience store. I'm not paying him. So therefore, the people that make the bags, the people that bag the ice, the people that make the machinery that make the ice, I'm taking away from them. Okay. So the bottom line is, don't do it yourself. If you're going to build a doghouse this weekend, the worst thing you can do is go down to Lowe's and buy the wood and do it yourself. The best thing you can do is pay somebody to do it. But the problem is we can't afford that. So we cut back and we do things ourselves. But the point is, it's a satire. It's a parody. It's a comedy. It's designed to look at it that for every action you do, there's also an equal and opposite reaction. So if I go down there and I pay the guy to build the doghouse, it's all good for the people involved in the chain that get the wood to the store. The guy that you pay to come down there and build it, he takes the money you give him, he goes spends it at Walmart on other goods that people build and manufacture, and that it creates jobs. But the negative side of it is that it costs you more money. That you went and worked all week at your job, and now you have spent more money on that you would have spent on something else. So the whole thing of the book, and that's where I'm caught, on some internal things with it. But everything you do in life when it comes to the economy is far more complex than anybody ever bothers to stop and think about. And we got a call coming in. I'm sure they got an opinion on it too. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. What do you think about what we're talking about?
Y'all, what about the people that grow their own stuff in their gardens?
Okay, they're killing the economy.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, they're eating better. They're saving money, and they're in control of that.
And the money that they're saving, they're using to help stimulate the economy because they have more money to go do things.
If they're not putting it in the bank and saving it. Worst thing you do, save money. Let's get on that topic. The absolute worst thing in the world you can do is go make $1,000 this month and put $500 in the bank and save it for the retirement.
That's the worst thing for the economy that you can do, but not the worst thing for you.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. There's an action and a reaction. The action is that when you save that $500, it's good for you in retirement. The bad part is you have taken that money out of the economy and hoarded it. So that's my point. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't save money and you should spend it all. I'm being funny and comical and letting you know how the economy works. It's vast and complicated.
Yeah.
You know, but growing the vegetables in the garden. Check this out. More every year. There's more. It's getting harder and harder for you to go to your local home and garden center and buy seeds that are going to produce like a watermelon. Used to, Daryl and I, with our dad, we would plant cannonball watermelons. We would, or black diamonds, whatever they call. We would take the seeds out of them, dry them out, put them in a Ziploc bag. Next year, plant them again. Well, guess what? They're using genetically altered seeds now to where when you take them out of that watermelon and replant them, they won't grow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same thing with squash.
Squash, cucumbers, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's a good topic for a whole other show right there. I mean, there's stuff going on that people don't stop and think about, and even now we're thinking about it and talking about it. But what the hell do you do about it?
Can't do much.
You can't do much. It's an interesting and complicated thing. It is. This world we live in is a complicated thing. You know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So no turkeys this year, huh?
Nope.
Not for this. Not for this room.
Not for this guy either. So don't feel bad.
We're going to talk a little bit about that too, about the ending of turkey season, and ask people how their season was. We know how yours was, just kind of like ours, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fixing to go. I'm getting ready to go fishing now.
Yep, might as well hang it up to next year. Trey left for 3 days. The last 3 days, he chased two big gobblers, one with a double beard, all over his property and couldn't close it out. And he called me last night and was just, he don't drink, never drink, could drop alcohol in his life, but I think he was very close last night. It'll run you crazy.
Yeah, about like a buck you've been chasing for a while.
Yep, that's right. All righty, man. Appreciate you calling in.
See you, Ryan.
Yeah, man. See ya.
All right.
Yeah, you're right. You know, you're taking away from the economy, but at the same time, if you do it yourself and you save that money, and you're going to use that money, you know, to go help stimulate the economy, but you're not going to stimulate it enough to what you take away.
No, or like me here lately, when I do something myself to save money, I'm doing it to save money to survive.
Right.
You know, I got
most people are now.
Yeah, that's right. This economy, I have to do it. So it's you know, when you hear the word stimulate the economy, you hear Republicans have their theory on how they would stimulate the economy. The Democrats have their theory on how they would stimulate the economy. But the two words, stimulate the economy, you ain't got no idea the vast statement you are making. I mean, I would love to be able to afford to pay a guy to paint my house or wash my car or mow my grass.
But you can't.
You can't. Now, something can happen to stimulate the economy maybe that would cause you to be able to do that. But right now, we're on crackdown mode. You know, a lot of people. I think the vast majority of our listening audience is in crackdown mode. Yep. And we can't afford, as much as we don't want to have to get out and cut the grass. Yeah, we got to, you know, or you just don't cut it like you do.
We've got that's right. We've got a vacation coming up the end of June, and right now we're on crackdown mode. We're trying to save every single dollar we can for this vacation. Mm-hmm. We've been trying to do that since last year.
Yeah,
you know, and we're trying to get that much more saved up. We're kind of buckling down a little bit more now to get that extra amount saved up, because throughout the entire year we haven't been able to. I still firmly stand by my one thing that can stimulate the economy in the United States more than anything else.
What you're fixing to say, and I agree.
The gas price.
Drop the gas price.
If you drop the gas price, people are going to go. They're going to be saving money, and by God, you know what they're going to do? They're going to get in their car and they're going to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That is the single most healthy thing you could do for the economy right now to help stimulate it, you know, travel among people, is drop gas prices.
I think I'm going to run for president, and the first thing I'm going to do if I get elected is I'm just going to say, hey, look, gas from now on is free. Free gas for everybody.
I don't know how you can do that, but
I'm the president. I can get it done, son.
No, we just got to get things in place where we don't have to worry about gas.
I'm being facetious, but you're right. If you paid a couple of dollars a gallon, or $1.50 a gallon, or $1 a gallon,
mm-hmm.
You know, look, your trip, my trip, we're going I think May the 31st or something. We got to meet my in-laws in Illinois, which is the halfway point. Believe it or not, every time I say that, I'm like, that's halfway. That's crazy.
Halfway.
But Illinois, we got to drive to the bottom part of the state, drop the kids off with them, and let them go up there and spend the summer. Okay. When I first got married, which was about 6 years ago to Billy, we could go up there for X amount of dollars. It's twice as much now. Okay. So now I'm like you. Now we're sitting there plotting and planning and thinking, man, golly, what are we going to do? We're going to pack sandwiches. We're going to do this, that, and the other. We're going to try to make it all the way there without stopping, so we don't have to spend a motel bill. We're going to get one room with 2 double beds and cram ourselves in there with my in-laws, which is woohoo, to save the money on the hotel room, and then we're going to drive all the way back. Well, 6 years ago, this is how we did it. We didn't give a thought about packing sandwiches, okay? We just got in the car. We took off. We stopped at the Olive Garden. Yep. We stopped at this. We ate at Burger King. We got separate hotel rooms. We come back and caught a Braves game on the way back. That don't happen now.
No, sir.
And yet we'll spend the same amount of money that we did when we did all those things. And guess where that money's going? It's going in a damn gas tank.
Yep.
And it's just ridiculous.
It is.
You know, gas. I remember going up there one summer when gas was $4 a gallon, right at it, $4 a gallon. And I also remember going up there when it was $2.25 a gallon.
Yeah, this last trip we took to Ohio, you know, we have to fill up here. How it always rolls out is we fill up here in Valdosta, and that's, you know, I'm going to put it at $60. You know, it depends on where we're at. Then we drive to right around Dalton, Chattanooga area, and we fill up again. There's $120. Then we get to Ohio and we fill up again. You know, so you're at $180.
Yep.
So then when we leave, we coming back, we're going to stop 2 more times. You're looking at $250 at least.
Not to mention
worth of gas.
Not to mention if you drive around any at all while you're at your destination.
Yeah.
You know, if you park your car, that's fine. But when we go visit which we ain't been able to do it the last couple of years, but when we go up to Michigan and stay 4 or 5 days, you burn a tank of gas out up there.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
every time.
driving around if you go do anything.
Every time we went up there, you know, for Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever it was, you know, we went from there to Cleveland, which is 4 hours away, and back. So we spent a lot more in gas then. Hey, we're going to take a break. Be right back here on the Good Outdoors. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200. It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
SWAT Graphics, located at 300 South Toombs Street, is the area's #1 graphic design service company. Specializing in graphic banners, stickers, signs, and design, SWAT Graphics can help from concept to completion. If you have a design idea for a company logo, SWAT Graphics can bring it to reality. Maybe you have a logo and just need it placed on a sign, sticker, or banner. Whatever the case, stop by SWAT Graphics at 300 South Toombs Street, Valdosta, or give them a call at 241-9185. SWAT Graphics, proud sponsor of the Good Outdoors.
Hey, this is Judd with T3 Outdoors. Did you know that T3 Outdoors buys, sells, trades, and consigns used guns? We need your used guns. T3 Outdoors has a huge selection of turkey gear, from mouth calls, box calls, decoys, and ammo. T3 also has $8.99 sweet fee. We also have new spring Under Armour, Guy Harvey, and AFCO shorts. T3 also carries knives, Yeti coolers, boots, Costa sunglasses, and more. T3 Outdoors is locally owned and operated on Perimeter Road next to Zacadoo's.
There's only one place in Valdosta if you want the freshest seafood in town. It's Bubba Jack's Crab Shack at 1700 West Hill Avenue. They got wild Georgia shrimp cooked about any way you could want it. Fried, peel and eat, grilled, or buffalo style. They got a Wednesday night oyster special at $7.99 a dozen, and that ain't no mistake. $7.99 a dozen, Wednesday night only. Bring the kids with you, and if they don't eat seafood, get them some chicken tender baskets or hamburger or hot dog. And do not forget to try the fresh cut, hand-dipped onion rings at Bubba Jack's Crab Shack, 1700 West Hill Avenue, Valdosta.
Justamere Farm is a full boarding, training, and lessons facility conveniently located on Valdale Road in Hayhire. Justamere Farm offers a facility like no other in the area with many amenities to meet all your equine needs, whether it's riding, training, or boarding. If riding is your passion, Justamere has you covered with an indoor arena, a large lighted outdoor arena with an alleyway, a large jump course arena, a round pen for training, trails, and access to dirt roads. Private and shared lessons are available, so give Justamere Farms a call today at 229-460-2331.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back this morning to The Good Outdoors. I've got something for y'all this morning. Yesterday afternoon, Ronnie, he sent me a text, and I've got to find the text here again real quick, but it was funny because I didn't know what the heck he was saying. He said
he wasn't saying nothing. It was in writing.
This is
point, Daryl Sample Jr. Zing!
Daryl, turn your microphone off. Just kidding.
Woo, oh yeah, baby.
Said, I bought a cricket off a guy today for $20.
Well, he got ripped off. You could buy like 100 of them for $2 at North Downs Hardware.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, really? What in the heck is he talking about? A cricket?
Cheese that slid off his cracker.
Spell check again. So I waited a few minutes, and I said, I texted him back. I didn't say anything. I wrote him back. I said, what?
Should have got him throwing a pond worm.
Then he explained it. He said it's a Davy Cricket 22 rifle.
David Cricket or David Crockett?
David Cricket.
Really?
Yeah, 22 rifle. And he said, does Mackenzie and Aubrey have a gun? I said, no. He said, well, do you want this one? I said, sure. I said,
okay, back up. Mm-hmm. He asked you if Mackenzie and Aubrey had a gun.
Yeah, and if they had their first gun yet. And I said, no,
all
they
right,
don't.
Aubrey is about to have her first birthday.
That's correct.
I would think she don't have a gun.
Well, I can tell you this. She'll probably have one before she's 2 put up in the cabinet already. She won't have it physically in her hands, but she'll have one that is hers for when she gets old enough.
I'm taking 357 Magnum.
Anyway, he wanted to know if I wanted to give this to Mackenzie. I said, sure.
Yeah,
so I said, but it's from you. So Ronnie Colbert actually bought Mackenzie her first gun ever. So, of course, we went down there and got it yesterday, me and Mackenzie and Aubrey, while Michelle was cleaning up, and come back, and I put the picture up there on Facebook last night. She's standing there just a-cheesing. She's got a weird-looking, funny smile on her face, but she's standing there in the kitchen holding her first gun. Of course, it's unloaded. It can't be loaded. You can't find no damn 22 bullets anyway.
Good point.
But it's locked, actually. It has a lock on the bottom of it, actually. The bolt can't be, done. And I had it locked, and she's standing there with her first gun. Now, she's happy. She's proud. You know what the first thing she said? Can we go get a hog?
Mm-hmm. She want to pop a hog.
She told me I could actually shoot the deer and the hog, and she was going to shoot the squirrels.
It'd be interesting to see if we get any negative comments.
We kind of had one.
Really?
We did kind of have one. I'm going to read it on the air. We had some really good ones. I had 4 comments. Well, one of them was mine. That's my girl. The next one is Daniel Wesley Chapman. He says, I respect having guns, but having one that young, even with adult supervision, is pushing a lot of stuff. Sorry, but it's just not right, even if they like shooting and hunting. Dude, let me tell you this. I know you're probably not listening. I'm not going to say, here, Mackenzie, go get a squirrel and put her in the backyard at 3 years old with a rifle. I'm not going to do it. I mean, I didn't do that when I was 3 years old. I'm not stupid. She's not going to have this gun. This gun is put up for her to where when she wants to start shooting, which is going to be this year, we're going to go out and we're going to start shooting with my direct supervision and my hands on that gun at all times. She will not be allowed to have this gun on her own outside.
It's
period.
symbolic. It's symbolic. Come on. Mm-hmm. Now, I do respect him for articulating himself in a very calm thing. So we're not going to bash him. His opinion, and I see the merit in his point. But what you just said, describing the situation, is what she's not going to come home from school, grab the gun unsupervised, go out in the backyard at 3 years old. Okay, we all know that. It's symbolic. As if, if I buy my kid a gun, it's up to me to be responsible for that person, and we're going to, we'll let them hold it and look. It's like Charlie. Charlie thinks he owns a 12 gauge shotgun. He thinks he owns this, and Daddy, gave Caden, that 243,
Right.
and things like that, and that's his gun, okay, but it's really not his gun until he's responsible enough to have that gun, and it's just like her. It's all symbolic, and it's not meant to rile anybody or rile anybody up. That's the whole point. That's the problem with the antis or the gun or the gun control lobbyists. I'm not even, but not all gun control advocates are anti-gun. They're just misguided and misled in the information. The clip capacity and what's the difference between an assault rifle and a hunting rifle? I don't think deep down a lot of them want to ban guns altogether. Now, of course, there are a lot that do. Some of them have great intentions and they seriously want to find a way to make gun ownership as safe as possible, but they're just misguided in the information and the way they want to go about it.
Now,
and this guy here, his comments are borderline what I'm talking about there. I think he understands.
Well, he did. He said without adult supervision, and it's not. She's not standing there without adult supervision. So I understand his point, and I'm not bashing him at all. We got a call. Let's take
the call.
Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors.
Hey man, how's it going? I just wanted to tell y'all. I listen to y'all not all the time, but some of the times. I just want to tell you, man, I'm proud of you for getting your daughter that gun.
Yes, sir.
I believe you need to start them out at a young age.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and I'll tell you this right here. I'll throw this in here. I'm a Christian, and I love the Lord, and I'll throw this right in with the Scriptures. The Bible teaches you if you'll train up a child in the way they should go, they will not depart.
Exactly.
Amen. I agree.
Good job.
So, just hands up, thumbs to you, man. I appreciate what you're doing. You need to start our children out right and teach them as a young age of what to do and what they need to be doing.
I agree, 100%.
And I enjoy listening to y'all, man. And quick question for you: are we going to be able to get any 22 bullets, you reckon, in America again?
Yeah, I think it's starting to come back a little bit. We talked to a guy when we were down in Florida at this event this weekend. He actually has 50,000 rounds pretty much at any given day of 22s. He said he's starting to get them even easier now than he was. So
I was at T3 Outdoors over on Perimeter Road talking to Judd about this very, very incident. He thinks it's going to ease up too. I think it will. I mean, it's the thing I worry about it is the government. And what we were just talking about with the misinformed gun control advocates, I'm worried about the government getting involved in the manufacture of the bullets. In California, they're trying to ban lead bullets already.
That's right.
It's things like that trouble me. But if we can keep that in check, I think it'll bounce back and we'll be okay. I mean, how many 22 bullets do you need? You're going to stock up and get to a certain level, and you're not going to buy anymore. Yeah, that's right. So I think it will. The question is how long is it going to take? But I think I see it easing up. I just don't know when.
Right. Well, that's good. I hope it does, man. And look here, y'all keep doing a good job. Old Marlon Cowboy Smith here from Broxton, Georgia.
Broxton, Georgia. Appreciate it, Marlon.
Yeah.
Appreciate you
y'all
listening.
Take care, man, and train them youngins up right, man.
I hear
Bring
you,
them
brother.
up right and get them started early, man.
Yes, sir.
They need to know. I'll tell you something else too. Just talking about that, I mentioned to a guy the other day, I bought 30,000 rounds of BBs a while back for my grandson. I just got a 4-month-old grandbaby. And I went ahead and bought them, and they hadn't even restocked back what I bought.
Huh.
Really?
In the big sections. Now, let me tell you how to cripple a country.
Oh, yeah.
If you take away little stuff at a young age, and you grow up that generation, what will they want? They won't even want a gun.
That's
why we need to go in there and start them out with BB guns and 22s and start them out right. Because look here, there may come a day when we have to have that stuff.
You're right. Yeah. You're right.
And look here, I'm with y'all 100%. Man.
Hey, let me ask you a question. You say you're from Broxton. They still have that bog inn over there in Broxton?
No, they hadn't had one in years. A big one. They went to some 4-wheelers. There's a place right down at ATV Park. My cousin owns it right down the road from me. But he hadn't been pushing it real hard, but that was just for 4-wheelers and stuff. You can go out there and pay to ride. It's like a park,
When I was in college, I went to college back in 1985 over to South Georgia College there in Douglas.
Yeah, you talking about Beanie Doctor's bogging.
Exactly. Yeah, we would. I'm telling you, I have had many a good time at that place.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, they used to have it. It ain't too far from my house, across the woods over. I know right where you're talking about.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, we appreciate you calling in, man.
Yes, sir, man. Y'all take care, man, and hang in there, man.
We'll do it.
Talk at you later. Y'all have a good one.
All right, you too. Broxton, Georgia, for y'all that don't know where it's at, it's just the other side of Douglas, Georgia. So we appreciate Marlon calling in from over there. I had, I had some good times when I went to college over there. Met some good friends. Greg Squash Graham, he lives over there. Larry Walker, the current hitting coach for Atlanta Braves, he would come work out during the winter with us there at the college on the baseball field, and he played for the Chicago White Sox at the time, and I just would sit there in awe watching him take batting practice, just airmailing balls over the right field fence from the left side of the plate. And unfortunately, I would have to in inter-squad games, I'd end up having to always when he would come up, I'd have two men on base, and I had to pitch to him, and it hardly ever worked out good for me in that scenario. But, man, what some good times. And that Broxton Boggian over there, man.
That's something.
Hot almighty knows, son. That's what we did on the weekends. If I didn't come home, I stayed over there, and we went over and had us a large time.
Yes, sir.
So
you got two good comments on here about it, and and Jeremy Speaks just chimed in with a private message on it. He agrees with it. And I personally, look at how we were growing up. We had guns when we were young, and we were actually 9 and 10 years old, could actually carry the 22 out by ourselves.
Because we were trained and we knew what to do with it. We got a call coming in. Yeah. Well, good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Hey, good morning, fellas. How y'all doing this morning?
We doing good, buddy.
Hey, man, I want to compliment you on buying that youngin' that gun, or getting that youngin' that gun.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 3 daughters, 20, 14, and 11. And all 3 of my girls have been shooting since they've been 3 years old.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't train this generation at a young age, like it's right here, to respect the gun, know how to use it, I'm like the fella just called here, even they may have to depend on them one day.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
and
right.
that's like all 3 of my girls right now can get it, clean it. They respect it, know how to use it. They're not scared of it.
Well, you just hit something. They're not scared of it. That's the first thing I was thinking. If you bring them up, they may not have an interest in hunting, may not have an interest in even owning a gun. It's when they get older as an adult, but they won't have a misunderstanding about the role of a gun in society, and that I think that's the essence of what we're trying to teach and instill in them.
Exactly.
They won't be anti-gun. They'll have an appreciation for it. And they'll fight and they'll vote along those lines because they'll remember how much their dad loved it growing up, and they're going to cast a vote in favor of their dad.
Exactly. It's just like throwing a youngin' behind the steering wheel at 16 years old, ain't never drove a car in their life. It's scary.
Yep, it is.
Yes, it is.
I learned to drive at the Hayhire City Dump when I was 9 years old with a Datsun truck, 4-speed in the floor, and I drove all over the place from the time I was 9 right up till now.
I hear you. I got my kids, all 3 of my kids that drove on my land there in Worth County.
Mm-hmm.
They get in the pasture and just drive. They drive old rag trucks.
Yep.
But hell, if they hit something, I ain't worried about it.
That's right.
That's right.
But man, just keep that youngin' on that gun, man. Don't worry about what folks say, because they've got to learn to use it at a young age.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
They don't bother me at all. They can get on there and bash it all they want to. They won't bother me at all because I know my beliefs and I know what I stand for, and I promise you they won't bother me.
No.
Exactly, man, because they've got to learn to use them at a young age. Like I say, if they don't learn them now, and you just pissing in the wind, sticking young with a gun when they're 15 years old, so here's what it is, shoot it. They're going to look at you like how.
That's right.
But I enjoy y'all's program, fellas. Y'all keep it up.
All right, man. Thanks for calling.
Have a good one.
You too, buddy.
We got to run off to a break here right quick. We'll be back in just a few minutes here on the Good Outdoors.
Wow, look at Bob trimming the grass. He's so fast.
I know, and that mower is so big.
And it's got a huge deck.
And it cuts the long grass with deep roots so easily.
Yeah, Bob's a bad boy.
When you want to cut grass like a champion, get yourself a Bad Boy mower from Nashville Tractor. Nashville Tractor carries an exclusive line of Bad Boy zero-turn mowers. See them now at Nashville Tractor in Valdosta and in Nashville.
Equipment, Georgia, and antiques go hand in hand. Tammy's Antiques and Consignment, located at 211 East Screven Street in Quitman, is a traditional Southern antique shop with a little twist, offering a consignment program that fits like a glove in the spacious downtown shop. But the real twist is Zumba. That's right, Tammy also offers Zumba fitness classes as well as tanning. Come by and check out the literally thousands of items upstairs and down. And if you have an item that you want Tammy to sell, bring it in. That's Tammy's Antiques and Consignment, 211 East Screven Street, Quitman, or give Tammy a call at 229-506-9146.
Attention Outdoor Nation. Adel Outfitters, located at exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes, and Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, exit 39, Adel, Georgia. Woo-wee! Sweet Tea Smokehouse on South Hutchinson Avenue, Adel, is the bomb. You ain't had good old South Georgia barbecue if you ain't been to Sweet Tea Smokehouse. Ribs, chicken, pork, beef, good grief, this is some fine eating. And it ain't called Sweet Teas for nothing. Ice cold sweet tea and good old barbecue plate with all the trimmings is what living in the South is all about. Head up Highway 41 north towards Adel. Swing into Sweet Tea Smokehouse for lunch or dinner. Great Southern barbecue like it's supposed to be. And don't forget some of that fine Brunswick stew. Woo-wee! Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has been serving South Georgia and North Florida for over 3 decades. With 9 locations in the South, Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a full-line distributor for all welding and industrial supplies. The Jones mission is to provide quality products at a competitive price in order to supply the best service available. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has built a reputation for good, honest, old-fashioned service. For a location near you, visit www.joneswelding.com. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a proud supporter of the good outdoors. Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors. Hey, we got a call coming in before we can even do the weather. Let's take it right quick. Good morning, caller. You on The Good Outdoors?
You better take that baby and get her a hog.
She wants one, man. She told me I could shoot the hogs and deer, and she was going to shoot the squirrels, because where we live around that golf course, Chuck, as you know, there are thousands of squirrels. We try to run over them with a golf cart in the yard. I mean, we not literally, it's just a game. But Mackenzie will jump off the golf cart when we pull up in the yard. There's one there, and she'll go to chasing it.
Oh, man.
I wonder what's going to happen when she catches one day.
She's going to let it go.
Yeah, let it go quick, won't you?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I was going to tell you, I was at Walmart yesterday when I got off, and they got turkey box calls, and there was a couple of pack of Primos packs. It's a turkey kit, calling kit. Mm-hmm. They're on sale, man, for like $10.
Yep.
If you know anybody needs them. And the box calls were, I think, Quaker.
Yeah, Quaker Boy. Good starter kits, but I'm going to stick with the Pecker Record turkey calls myself.
Oh, yeah. But, this would be awesome for, gift for somebody
kids,
just starting out.
You're exactly right. Awesome gifts. You're right.
But
Good
they on
deal.
the clearance prep. Anyway, I just want to holler at you and tell you go take that baby and get her a hog.
Oh, yeah. We're going to take her. We're going to set it up for the next few weeks, and we're going to go get her one.
All right. See you guys.
See you, brother.
10-4. Yeah, she needs to by this deer season, she ought to be very adept at cleaning a hog, squirrel, or deer. So at 3 years old, you ought to be able to get her trained up pretty quick.
Well, first of all, at 3 years old, by the time this deer season rolls around, she's going to be able to go get the gun out of the gun cabinet. She's going to know where the key's at. She's going to go get the gun out of the gun cabinet. She's going to load her gun. She's going to go hunting with her gun. She's going to kill on her own. She's going to clean on her own. And then she's going to come home and cook.
Hey, sounds like a plan. He's being sarcastic here, by the way.
But no, we're going to do the weather report right quick. It's 60 degrees outside right now with clear skies. It's going to be a high of 89 today, mostly cloudy skies, low of 64. Tomorrow, a high of 92 degrees. It's getting on, heating on up.
Woo!
The weekend, but let me tell you, the weekend is looking good, okay? We got Saturday at 94, and I know where I'm going to be Saturday. I got the mother-in-law coming in town. We got the birthday party this weekend. Sunday's going to be a high 94, and it's going to be lows only in the upper 60s. So summertime is just about here, guys. It's
94, son. That's
94. It's hot.
Hot.
I'm going to be at Wild Adventures at the water park myself, enjoying this fine weather we're having in South Georgia.
Well, do me a favor.
What's that?
Wear some sunscreen.
I will.
Because you have had a bad bout with getting your butt roasted this year. You got it. You got it roasted.
Have someone to laugh at.
I got it roasted in February. So
you got it roasted down there this weekend. Your head was as red as a dang fire engine.
But it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as when I got burnt in February on my legs and the top of my feet, and I'm almost still recovering from, by the way. And I learned my lesson. So I will wear some sunscreen. So.
Oh, and sometimes don't forget the top of your feet if you're wearing sandals.
Oh
out
man,
there.
that's what got me Saturday. Saturday I was out there on the boat and I could feel my feet burning. So I was turning my feet around. It's hard to film doing this, by the way. Keeping my feet in the shade of one of the seats, trying to film these guys catching fish. That's another bad thing about filming, is you have to watch people catch fish. I didn't even get the pole in my hand, and I was offered, but I was actually working. So.
I did actually one. I got to reel in a shark, so and it was a good tussle too. But that was a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun doing it. But yeah, that's the weather. It's going to be a nice weekend, man. But back to what this deal with Mackenzie. I mean, I love getting my kids involved with guns. My older kids, they love to hunt and fish. Almost every one of them want to go hunting. And Mackenzie, I'm going to train her to have respect for these guns growing up, and she's, I was joking a while ago. I was being sarcastic. She's not going to be able to go get her own gun out of the gun cabinet at 3 years old. That's just not going to happen. Just not in my house. It's just not going to happen. I don't believe in it. And I don't think anybody out there does,
No.
But she's going to grow up having a respect. She's going to learn how to shoot this year. She's going to start shooting. And I don't expect her to be real good at it this year, but she's going to start learning how.
Well, Emmy, my daughter's 3, and of course Mackenzie being 3 as well. We're kind of growing them along the same plane, and I've probably for about the past year messed around out in the yard and off the back deck with a BB gun. She's been, pulling the trigger and shooting the BB gun up there and into the water for probably six months now. So we're getting her exposed to it. But I got to say one thing, Ronnie. I don't know if you're listening or not. You should go back later this afternoon, like the rest of the folks, and listen to the website and hear the replay of it. But I see that you bought Mackenzie a 22, and I'm just letting you know I got children too, and I'm going to be expecting you to buy them weapons as well. So. If we're all, for those of you who don't know, we're all equal partners here, a third on the radio. And if one partner buys one partner's kids something, I think it's only fair that the partner buys the other kids something. And 229-253-0995 is the number to call. I need y'all to rise up and tell Ronnie that he's got to purchase weapons for everybody. It's the only fair thing to do. I think we can all agree on that. So you got Aubrey, Caden, Charlie, Emmy. Unfortunately, I got a lot of kids, and so does Daryl, so you better start saving your money, Ronnie. We got a call coming in. Good morning, caller. You're on the air on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Yeah. I was going to tell you about getting the kids coming up. I bought my grandson. He's been shooting for a good while, but his guns are too long for us. They're kind of short and stubby. I found one. I forget the name of it, but it's a 243. 243. And it fits him perfect, and you got 2 pieces of stock. When you get a little older, you just take the screws out and add one to it, and then you put the third one on it. When you get strong, it's a full-size rifle.
That's good.
That's pretty neat deal.
Yeah, that's really good. You can grow. Kid will grow right along with the gun, or the gun will grow with the kid, I should say.
Yeah, I bought those equipment. My little guy, store on the right there. You go in equipment. I don't know the name. That's just a little small independent place. Sell guns and work and guns. But that's a pretty good deal right there because they can grow with it. He killed his first deer. I carried him off with a brand new gun. He got his first deer.
Good deal. Heck yeah.
And he was physically there. So
that was a good day.
Yeah, he goes up. Yeah, he goes up.
Good deal. You calling from over there in Pelham, Georgia?
No, I just come out of Jacksonville. I talked to you all over to you. Coming out of
okay, I got you. Yeah.
I listen to y'all all the way over to Dawson, Georgia, sometime when I'm going over there the big bank deer season. I listen to y'all all the way over there.
Good deal.
Almost to Dawson before I start losing it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
y'all go all over the country. Look.
Yes,
That's a good deal. I didn't know where you heard of one of them. I can't think of their name, though, but that's pretty good. It can go with the gun, and it's a good caliber. They don't kick him with that.
Right. Right. Yeah, that sounds like a good one. We'll check it out. Appreciate you calling.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it now. Bye.
Yeah, I've heard of guns like that you kind of add the length to the stock as they grow. That, Dad, he always used a Model 7 243, which is a short use model type gun, and it fits Caden perfect. And Dad used it right on up till till he couldn't hunt no more. So it's a real good short compact weapon. Real quick here, the Georgia Quota Hunt application period begins June the 1st. I want to remind everybody that if you want to go hunting on a WMA or a NWR that has a quota, the application process begins June 1st, and you can obtain the thing by visiting the website georgiawildlife.com/hunting/quota. So get those things filled out, get them in, see if you can get drawn for those special quota hunts. We got another call coming in. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Just fine. How y'all this morning?
We are doing fantastic.
Listen, I have something y'all need to warn everybody about. Giving these kids these BB guns, they'll be shot their brother in the toe.
Earl, you got a heck of a memory, don't you, buddy?
Yeah.
Some will do it. I stand, I'm a testimonial, or I can give a personal testimonial of that. Steve will shoot you in the toe.
Well, you let me.
Yeah,
you let me.
That or get my butt beat.
That right there is when I knew I was going to be a salesman later in life.
He sold it to me, too.
I just thought I'd put that in there.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, talk to y'all later.
See you, buddy.
See you later. For those of you who don't know what Earl's talking about there, when Daryl and I were kids, I had a 177 caliber Crossman pellet gun, and you pumped it up, anywhere from 2 to 10 times and shoot it, and we were trying to gauge the strength of it and all that. And Daryl had a pair of boots on, and I said, "Let me shoot your boot." He goes, "You ain't gonna shoot my boot." I said, "Man, I'm only gonna pump it up one time. It ain't gonna go through it. I just want to shoot your boot." Which, if you think about it now, logically, there is absolutely no point in shooting your boot. But anyway, somehow I conned him in to let me shoot the toe of his boot. Unbeknownst to him, I had pumped it up 6 or 7 times.
And it hurt.
And lo and behold, I blew his big toenail off. So anyway, we got a call coming in. This ought to be interesting. Good morning, caller. You were on there. Who am I speaking to? Not that I don't already know.
I'm sure you already know.
That's right.
My brother from another mother.
I'm doing good, and I'm sitting here waiting and wondering when I'm going to get my gun for my children.
You're on the list.
I'm on the list.
Your children are on the list. Emmy is on the list.
10-4. Good deal. I knew it would be. How you doing this morning? Y'all up and at 'em earlier? Had to do some things, right?
Oh yeah, we're up and at 'em. We're headed up there. Y'all know where we're headed. So.
Yeah. We'll be thinking about you there, and don't hit no possum, squirrels, deer, coons, foxes, or anything on the way.
If we do, I will give you a call where you can run back and get them clean before they spoil, okay?
That's right. Yeah. Earlier, we were talking about an incident in Pennsylvania where a deer got hit by a bus. It flew through the windshield and was running around in the bus. So hopefully that won't happen to y'all. Angie
we
might,
do not need that this morning.
Yeah, Angie might give out a little shriek if that happens, huh?
Yeah, probably at least that.
Yeah, and you
but,
too.
I love all them babies. They're all going to be taken care of. I got a couple grandbabies at my home. They're all going to have a firearm. You can believe that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
All right, boys.
Appreciate you calling in. Y'all be careful, man.
All right, man. We'll see y'all.
All right, see you later. Buddy. Ronnie Colbert calling in this morning, the third wheel. He's got some business to take care of. Him and his beautiful wife, Angie, stroking it down the road. And we're going to run off to a break. We'll be right back here on the Good Outdoors on Kicks Country 99.5.
So, Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of the scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
Hi, I'm Barry Broom with Allstate Insurance Company. I'm a big fan of the great outdoors. There are many recreational activities that allow us to enjoy God's creation. There's boating, camping, hunting, hiking, fishing. Think about all the gear, equipment, and vehicles that we have that make those times outdoors so memorable. When it comes to protecting and insuring your firearm, your boat, RV, camper, four-wheeler, even your golf cart, think of me, Barry Broom, your Allstate agent. Call me at 229-244-9856 or visit me online at barrybroom.com. Go make a memory. Enjoy your great outdoors.
With over 40,000 machines in the field, the pro's choice is Dixie Chopper. Be a pro, buy a chopper. Built right here in America with one simple goal. Build a mower that cuts more grass and doesn't break when you use it. Be a pro, buy a chopper. With Chopper's price, performance, and reliability guarantee, make the smart choice. Be a pro, buy a chopper.
Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. This wrap-up segment is brought to you by Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail. Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river on the right. Man, I can't even explain how great a place that is, you know, for not only sporting clays, but a rifle and pistol range, a 5-stand, a clubhouse that's great for, you know, corporate entertaining, birthday parties, that sort of thing. You can quail hunt. I mean, I'm telling you right now, it's never too early to book you a quail hunt. If you've got a group of folks that like to have a good time, go ahead and start now. You know, go call John, get on the list, book you a quail hunt, start saving your money up, and go ahead and plan now for it. And it won't hit you so hard when it's time. It's very reasonable. They do a great job. Great bird dogs, great guides. I can't say enough about it. I can guarantee this, if I'm going to quail hunt anywhere, probably the rest of my life, there's just no sense in going anywhere else.
No, it's too close to home, man. It's too good a place.
Yeah, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. So check that out. Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail. We appreciate John Peake and everything he does. Keep listening to the continuing saga of Dawson, Grayson, and John shooting out there. We're going to redo that commercial here very quickly and keep that saga going. The dog days of summer are going to be upon us pretty quickly, and as Daryl said in the report there, Saturday and Sunday going to hit 94 degrees, and they'll be here before you know it. And Georgia State Parks is a great place to go enjoy the great outdoors, and specifically with your dog. We haven't talked much on the show about dogs and the outdoors, and
we're going to cover that tomorrow.
The great outdoors, you know, is just a fun place to be with a pet. I know Daryl Sample Jr. He has a love for dogs. So do all of us. Daryl has dogs at home. I've not gotten to the point mentally where I can own and get attached to another dog like I did old Clyde over in Moultrie. When I lost him, it tore my guts out, and I want to own another golden retriever one day, and I will. But Georgia State Parks is a great place to take your dog, and You can take Fido out there and have a good time in the good outdoors. By spending time in parks, dogs and owners will get exercise, and Fido can enjoy a smorgasbord of sights and smells. And I'm gonna run down a couple of things you can do at these parks if y'all want to hear that here real quick. But you can take Fido. We can take Fido camping. You know what could be more fun than taking Fido camping in the woods? More than 40 Georgia state parks have campgrounds which welcome dogs. Pets must be leashed 6 feet ashore and accompanied by the owner at all times. Park campgrounds offer hot showers, laundry facilities, water, electric hookups. A few offer sewage hookups as well. A few good locations include Fort Mountain State Park near Chatsworth, Mistletoe State Parks in Clarks Hill Lake, Reed Bingham State Park in Adel, and Skidaway Island State Park near Savannah. If you're into cabins, maybe Fluffy or Fido or whatever you call your pet prefers more creature comforts. Bring him along for a cabin getaway. More than 30 state parks rent dog-friendly cabins with fully equipped kitchens and great views. A $45 fee per dog is usually required, limit 2 dogs. The number of dog-friendly cabins is limited, and they usually book up quickly, so advanced reservations are highly recommended. Check out those facilities at Cloudland Canyon State Park near Dalton, Seminole State Park on Lake Seminole, which is not very far, Magnolia Springs State Park in Millen, or Crooked River State Park in St. Mary's, which is a fine place. I've been there.
Nice.
If hiking, and they call it, it's pretty funny here, they call it hiking or sniffing trails, a little play for the dog there. Nearly every Georgia state park has walking trails which welcome dogs, with a few exceptions at Tallulah Gorge and Panola Mountain State Parks. For their own safety as well as the safety of wild animals in other parks, dogs must be leashed at all times, as I said earlier. People are usually surprised to learn that dogs sometimes become lost or injured after chasing squirrels or deer. Want to meet other dog lovers? Join Sweetwater Creek State Park near Atlanta or F.D. Roosevelt State Park in Pine Mountain, which is over near Columbus, for occasional ranger-led dog walks. Free dog walks and pets exercise. Dogs need exercise just as much as people do. So that's why Georgia State Parks partnered with the Georgia Veterinary Medical Association to encourage dog walking. Vets can give a prescription for a healthy walk, which is redeemable for a $5 parking pass. Trails range from easy to challenging and everything in between. Less active dogs might start at Cullomockie Mounds State Park near Blakely, which is not far from here, or Laura Walker State Park in Waycross, which is about an hour drive. Long-distance hikers might prefer trails at Black Rock Mountain State Park near Clayton or Victoria Bryant State Park near Livonia. So there's a lot of opportunities that just cost a $5 parking fee in most cases. Of course, the cabin rental's a little different to take your dog. I know I read a post by Darrell Semple Jr. that he and I meant that I'm going to compliment you on this because I'm right now trying to figure out how to lose some weight. And I saw in your post that you weighed 240 pounds this time last year.
Yep.
You're down to 200 pounds right now.
And still losing.
With a goal of 190 pounds, I believe. So you're almost achieving your goal. And reading your post, you've done that with your dogs.
Getting out and probably walking about a good couple miles every night just before
Man,
bed.
I commend you for it because it ain't easy to lose weight, dude. I've never had... which I'm not. Jim Marcus over here posted. He's got his table muscle in full display over there. So anyway, but getting out and walking with dogs is a great way to lose weight, and it takes a lot of dedication. And I admire you for that, Darrell. Good job.
Thank you.
And I just want to drop, 10, 15 pounds and it ain't easy. Changing the way you eat, getting out there, exercising, and people want to say, "Well, I can't find the time to do it." Well, yeah, you can. You can find it. Come on.
That's where the dog comes in. They're my motivation. They're the ones that come out and look at me. Hey,
maybe
we're going
that's
for walking tonight. And
maybe that's what I need to do is go buy me another dog. Go ahead and break down, and that'll force me to get there and get off my lazy,
because you got to take
fat
because
butt.
you want to take them out, and then next you're walking farther and farther. At first I just started a little bit. Now a couple miles a night.
That's right. Build it up. Good deal. But check out Georgia State Parks, like I said, with your pet.
Good place to go, man. There's lots of things going on. Right now it's tarpon season down in Boca Grande, Florida, man. Down there around Tampa, man. It's going on. You go down there. Bo Johnson and Deidre Bridger from Tenacity Guide Service, they put pictures up all the time. You ought to go down there and go tarpon fishing with them and any other kind of fishing you want to do, sharks, Goliath grouper, anything. But it's summertime. It's time to get out. Kids are about to be out of school. It's time to get out and start just having a great time in the good outdoors.
Time to get you crazy on, ain't it?
Get you crazy on. Hey, let's take this call right quick. Good morning, caller, on the Good Outdoors.
Good morning, guys.
What's happening?
Not a whole lot. I was going to tell you, Lake Blackshear's real good.
Yes,
it's
it
closed.
is.
Yeah.
They have the great campgrounds, dog friendly.
Yeah.
You have a Cypress Grill. You have a place, a retreat where you can go and eat breakfast, lunch, and supper. They got a golf course out there.
Nice.
So,
that's just outside of Cordele. If anybody's listening, don't know where Lake Blackshear is. A beautiful cypress lake, man. I've been over there many times, and it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
great fishing. As a matter of fact, they got a big pigs in the park this weekend at Lake Blackshear. They're going to do barbecue, arts and crafts.
Nice.
But it doesn't take long, about an hour and 30 minutes to get there, and in the day, and you can always come right back home.
That's right. And you said that's this weekend?
This weekend.
And it's called the what now?
Pigs in the park. They're going to have barbecue, and they're going to have a Brunswick stew contest. And
man, I'd like to have an early sample of that Brunswick stew.
Bands. Yeah, they're going to have bands all day. So
pretty good.
That'll be fun.
What about karaoke? They're going to have karaoke because I'm in.
They probably will, but they got bands. They start the bands up at 10 o'clock Saturday. So
I'm a lot more fun. I'm a lot more fun than them bands. But you need to call them and tell them.
Okay, I'll be sure to tell them that.
Appreciate you calling in. That's a good call for us. All right, thank you. Lake Blackshear this weekend. Pigs in the park. Barbecue, Brunswick stew. Like she said, it's less than an hour and a half drive over there. You can make a day trip out of it. You can camp. Call and get the information over there. Check out. You can Google, I'm sure, Lake Blackshear. Information there. Rent you a hotel, whatever. But if you're looking for something to do this weekend, I can't think of a better thing to do than do that.
Sure
That's awesome.
Man, I've had a good time this morning. Good show. I want to give. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this, but Donnie Lankford's birthday is today. So happy birthday, Donnie!
Man, that boy 92 years old.
He is ready for some more buttermilk too, Donnie.
No, man, I can do without the buttermilk. That's gross. Ronnie and Angie, y'all travel safe there.
right.
If you're still listening, we'll be thinking about y'all today.
Talk to y'all tomorrow, guys.
Toodles.
You've been listening to The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie. Join us every weekday at 4:30 when we'll do it again.